RCMP say one Sanderson brother killed the other.
Investigators have determined that Damien Sanderson was a victim of homicide by Myles Sanderson. Myles Sanderson committed all of the homicides alone. This brings the total number of people who were killed by Myles Sanderson on September 4th, 2022 to 11.
Initially, RCMP believed Damien helped in the attacks that led to 10 people dead and 18 others injured. They even charged him with first-degree and attempted murder. Damien's body was found a day after the stabbings. Police won't say when he was killed, just that he didn't commit the actual homicides. But he was involved, they believe, in the planning.
Evidence collected and analyzed by investigators to date have determined Damien was involved in the initial planning and preparation for the attacks on September 4th. We are still investigating the extent of Damien's involvement.
RCMP add they were in James Smith Cree Nation the day before the stabbings. Someone called 911 saying Damien had stolen their vehicle. On their way to the call, officers realized Damien had an arrest warrant for a previous assault. They also saw this photo of him from 2014. With the help of the 911 caller, they eventually found the car in front of a home in James Smith. They were let into the home where they found 7 people. RCMP say the officers asked the men to identify themselves. At the time, none of them said they were Damien. It wasn't until later that RCMP found out Damien was in that crowd and had given a different name.
Just because one of those people may have a warrant for arrest, it doesn't give us sufficient grounds to request photo ID from everyone in that location. So we need reasonable grounds to be able to do that. We can't work on mere suspicion alone.
RCMP say they now know Myles and Damien were selling drugs in James Smith. They were also involved in 3 violent incidents, none of which were reported to police. Assistant Commissioner Rhonda Blackmore says that they're sharing this information now to help the families with the grieving process and to be transparent. She says there's no way they could have known the violence that would have unfolded the next day.
We had no indication that there had been violence committed. The assaults that had occurred were not reported to police prior to the mass casualty events that occurred on the 4th of September, and we had no reason to believe that they were going to commit those events. We had no information or intelligence leading us to believe that. So that would be pure speculation that there could have been a change to the outcome.
There are a lot of questions RCMP say they can't answer right now. The Mounties are still under investigation since Myles Sanderson died in police custody, and there's a coroner service public inquest scheduled for next year. Sam Sampson, CBC News, Regina.